Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the point. And for the Lakers, Reeves at the 2 with LeBron at the 3. Rui Hachimura is out there with Jackson Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the 1. Tip-off goes to Minnesota. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions. But tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. So it's Los Angeles now, following the score by Minnesota. Offensive board, Doncic. And he converts the layup.
The size and strength of Doncic can go overlooked. I mean, he's more than capable of scoring there in the paint.
Outside McDaniels. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to go on Jackson Hayes. Minnesota shooting their first free throws of this game. Stan, a late first-round pick in 2020. Jaden McDaniels, one of the top young two-way players in the league.
Well, Brian, last season he was rewarded with a big money extension. His play tailed off just a bit, but still a key player for them moving forward.
Doncic passes to James. He can't get it to go. McDaniels with some nice D. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with the Lakers head coach. He knows it'll be tough to score in the paint tonight. Gobert locks down the lane as well as anyone. He blocks shots, and then when you count up the numbers of shots he alters, you get a full picture of his dominance at the defensive end. Guys?
And Allie, thank you for that. The Lakers have gone 1 for 3 so far. On the wing, Reeves. He's guarded by Conley. Hayes with a screen on Conley. And finished off by Hayes.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
Here's Randle after the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago. Gobert with a screen on Reeves. And Gobert with the basket on the assist from Edwards.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
Here's Doncic. Soft touch off the glass. Doncic has got his second basket on the night.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
To the middle. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
An awesome athlete. It's fun watching Gobert get up and hammer it down with force.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Some changes for Los Angeles. Finney Smith checked in for Hachimura. And Connect subbed in for Reeves. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Alexander Walker's checked in. Now here's Finney Smith. Back to James. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Finney Smith. And Conley grabs the miss.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Hayes with a screen on Conley. Here's Doncic. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. Here's Alexander Walker. It's good.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randle with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
Doncic into the lane, to the inside, and finished off by Hayes.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Randle outside. Outside McDaniels. Randall outside. Back to Daniels. Picked by Gobert. Lets it fly. Outside for Randall. Takes a three. And he buries his first look.
Yeah, as a shooter, Randall can be practically automatic. He gets the ball and immediately has a shot cooking.
Here's Doncic. Can't hit from in close.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
We've got Gabe Vincent. Connect is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Austin Reeves. And it's Finney Smith in at the 5. That's the Laker 5. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. Miller outside, from outside the arc. The Lakers with a rebound. And with their last victory, this team reached the 50-win mark on the season.
And they should be proud of what they've been able to accomplish. You can't just luck your way into 50 wins. You got to be a good team to reach that feat.
Finney Smith, a screen, pulls it. Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the...
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Gobert's checked in for Minnesota. Mike Conley comes in for Alexander Walker. Here's James. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. And that one's good. James.
And that's where LeBron loves to operate. Close to the bucket in the high percentage area.
Outside Edwards. Back to Conley. Picked by Gobert. Fires the 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3. And the rate of player ejections going up in recent seasons, Stan.
Well, Brian, players these days certainly have a voice in a lot of things. And when it comes to critiquing officials, they're not shy. We see complaints on virtually every call in games now, and the referees seem to have had enough of it.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. The triple hits for Edwards.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
And James gets it to go.
Well, that's his bread and butter. Getting downhill, attacking. What a great mindset.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Randall, he's checked in for Reed. And Jaden McDaniels subbed in for Anthony Edwards. For 3, Randall. Rebounded by LeBron. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Down by 12. No good. That's his 3rd miss out of 5 attempts. Now here's Conley. He's covered by Vincent. No good with a layup. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. And some changes here for the Lakers. Vanderbilt's checked in for Finney Smith. Goodwin comes in for Reeves. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Vincent. The shot by James, no good. The Timberwolves lead by 12. Conley passes to Randall. Rejected by James.
Sending it right back. LeBron fears no one.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Some changes for Los Angeles. Hayes comes in for Vanderbilt. And Reeves is subbed in for Goodwin. The free throw drops for Randall. The Lakers shooting just 38% in this quarter. Here's Doncic. Doncic throwing his weight around.
Oh, my. Tight defense, but Doncic just muscles it in.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Gobert passes to Conley. Picked by Gobert. From behind the arc. The shot by Conley. No good. Pass to Doncic. Randall with a steal. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. There's 6 seconds left to play in the first half. DiVincenzo. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. DiVincenzo's gotten his first points in this one. Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Timberwolves. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back after this word.
32.
As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
On the court for Minnesota, Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. Julius Randle out there with Jaden McDaniels, and it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. And here's Edwards outside. Rebound by the Lakers. Oh, got a piece of it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by McDaniels.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Here's Doncic. And Conley grabs the miss. Minnesota leading by 14. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Ryan, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that.
Wow, Julius Randle. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Good work defensively by James. Lakers trail by 19. Outside Reeves. Stolen by Conley. They push it up 4 on 3. And he makes no mistake. Slam.
One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Randall out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the 1.
Well, this is exactly where Rudy Gobert looks to score. The more dangerous he becomes, the closer he gets to the basket.
Doncic passes to James. Back to Doncic. Hachimura setting the pick for Doncic. Pass to Hachimura. Count the basket.
Well, Luka Doncic has an innate sense for when his teammates are open, and boy, does he deliver it.
Minnesota with the ball. Luka Doncic started off his 2024 Doors with a historic scoring performance.
He sure did, Kevin. He was only the 4th player in league history to score over 72 points in a game. It was the shooting performance of a lifetime, and Luka just takes it all in stride. Incredible.
Now LeBron, following the miss by Julius Randle from deep. Hachimura with a screen on McDaniel. It's stolen by Randle. Outside Conley. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Doncic against Conley. And they double up Doncic. And here's Reeves outside. Rebound, Minnesota.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Conley, the pass to Randle. It's rebounded by Hayes. Lakers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Doncic dishes to James. Pass to Hayes. Back to James. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in.
A monster down low. LeBron James, the rare package of skill, size, and athleticism.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. Now I asked him how you take care of the Stifle Tower himself, Rudy Gobert. Coach said, I think you just try to pester him on defense and stay away from him on offense. If he's anywhere near our shooters, that means it's time to move the ball. So they'll have to play keep away when it comes to Gobert. Back to you.
Thanks, David.
Well, you can see Anthony Edwards trying to probe and create an opportunity to get off the dribble drive, sees that window, and exploits it.
Gobert with a screen for Edwards. And it's denied. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Los Angeles. Gannett comes in for Austin Reeves. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Randle outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And it's Doncic missing.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randle.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Lakers trail by 3. On the wing, Reeves. Edwards defending. Pass to connect. Picked by Finney-Smith. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Minnesota on top, leading by 3. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. You've got Anthony Edwards. Also Dante DiVincenzo's out there. Naz Reid out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Minot in at the 4. Vanderbilt finds Vincent. Vanderbilt, a screen on DiVincenzo. It's deflected. The putback, it's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Pass to Minot. Now here's DiVincenzo. Defended by Vincent. The 3. The shot's good from DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves. And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And some changes here for the Lakers. Hachimura comes in for Vanderbilt. And LeBron's subbed in for Connect. Rudy Gobert, who's checked in for the Timberwolves. Conley now comes in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Well, the basketball IQ of LeBron James is off the charts. So adept at finding ways to get to the line.
You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger. The 10-footer. Ha-ha! Edwards loves it in there.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards in the painted area is going to be a force. Size, strength, and hops. Look out.
Gobert with the block. Pass to Alexander Walker. Fires for three. They get it again. Here's Reed. Nailed from three-point land. Reed's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Reeves outside. Vincent the pass to LeBron. Here's Hachimura. Bangs home the trifecta. Hachimura's got 5 now.
Well, the team has preached to Rui Hachimura to be aggressive on the offensive end. That is the decisive decision-making they're looking for.
Gobert with a screen on Reeves. Here's Edwards, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Austin Reeves picks one up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And the first one drops. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Julius Randle's checked in for Minnesota. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And James picks up the foul. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Even
where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can...
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
He was all alone on that one.
Well, you've got to be decisive in catch-and-shoot situations, and Julius Randle leaves no doubt.
Here's LeBron. Oh, LeBron's just too strong inside.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And here's Conley outside. Hachimura grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
DiVincenzo against Reeves. On the wing, James shoots over McDaniel. That one wide left. Randle against Reeves. Randle outside. And so it's Minnesota bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defensive mindset clearly focused on clamping down on LeBron James, and their game plan is working. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Front row, please.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Outside, the wings are Reeves and James. He's out there with Hachimura. And it's Doncic in at the 1 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Gobert can't hit. Lakers trail by 5. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of this shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. What a shot by Edwards.
Edwards well covered on the interior, scores through the contest.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Doncic against Conley. Doncic kicks to Hachimura. Hayes with the screen for Doncic. Hayes, no good.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They trail by 6. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Doncic looking it over. Pass to Hachimura. Back to Doncic. On the wing, James. Hayes with the screen for LeBron. That shot, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest. Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Here's Doncic. Doncic converts inside.
Yeah, an offensive player like Luka expects the contact. He's anticipating it, so it doesn't bother him. That's a big-time finish.
Here's Edwards. Luka Doncic grabs the miss. Lakers trail by 8. Here's James. Conley grabs the miss. Minnesota's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. And 1:01 left in the third. For 3, Edwards. Here's Gobert, and finished off by Gobert.
We always know this has been a strength of Rudy Gobert, getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
And they double up Doncic. On the wing, Reeves. And it's off from 3-point range. Minnesota leading by 10. Over in the corner, Edwards. It's in there. Conley with the assist. Edwards got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Doncic passes to Hayes. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Doncic, no good. It's Edwards on the wing. He's got 14. Now, here's Doncic. Doncic with a robust drive inside. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Timberwolves lead by 11. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Garza in at the 5, down low. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. And Greg, you think about what they call float games. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Gabe Vincent, he's checked in for Shake Milton. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Minnesota. Pass to Reid. Count that bucket. Reid's got 4 points in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Inside. Hachimura kicks to James. 4 on the clock. Minnesota with the rebound. And here's Edwards. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Hayes, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Austin Reeves comes in for Connect. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Gabe Vincent. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reid. Randall comes in for Joe Ingles. McDaniels, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And it's Mike Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. And there is a whistle, and that's going to go on Jackson Hayes. That's his first foul. Randall against Hachimura. Lets it go from 11. Randall no good. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth.
Outstanding take to the rack by LeBron, always looking to get to the charity stripe.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Minnesota.
They're looking to attack in transition every time down the floor, just wearing the defense thin at this point.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen. What you love about Rudy Gobert is he understands his strengths and where he can impact the game. That is primarily on the defensive end, but also as a screen setter offensively.
Here's Edwards. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for 18 points for Anthony Edwards. Here's Doncic. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Boy, and the foul. Doncic has got great upper body strength, completes the play. Nicely done.
Mike Conley was drafted, Doris, back in 2007. And somehow, some way, he's gone his whole career without receiving a technical foul. Heck, you and I have received technical fouls over here, but not him on the floor.
Kevin, that is an impressive feat, and it's also probably why he's won the NBA Sportsmanship Award more than anyone else in the history of the league, and why we will never win it.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their...
Yeah, I think that one closes the door on any comeback hopes
impressive performance.
To me, they just looked a step quicker out there. They certainly looked to want it more than their opponent.
Conley against Doncic. That's good. He's 5 for 9. 52 seconds left in the game. Conley against Doncic. Conley, the pass to Edwards. It's tipped. Tries again. It's rebounded by Hayes. There's 31 seconds left to play in the final quarter. LeBron, no good. Stolen by Reeves. Hachimura setting the pick for LeBron. Off target from three-point range.
Los Angeles foul. LeBron James. That's his second personal.
And he makes the first.
Third team foul. Shooting for Minnesota.
And Edwards drops them both. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Orlando Magic as they go up against the Los Angeles Lakers. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. And the Magic start out with the ball. Here's Vaughn. On the wing, Tracy McGrady, defended by Bryant, and it's sent back by O'Neal. Pass to Bryant. Good, and it's Fisher picking up the assist. Clark, I can't believe this day is here once again. Opening day of the NBA season, probably. I know it is the most exciting day of the year.
I think it is. I mean, there's nothing like the beginning of another season. Everybody is hopeful. Everybody starts from the same place. And every fan of their respective teams is thinking about, dreaming about potential championships.
McGrady with the ball. Now guarded by Fox. And that one's good. McGrady.
Yeah, McGrady inside is confident, using his outstanding length to get the shot he wants and to get it off.
Fox passes to Kobe. Lakers passing it around. And Sean Kemp picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Here is Ori. O'Neal inside. Kemp defending, and Shaq with the slam.
O'Neal is a force of nature. Once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
Now, here is McGrady. Here's Garrity. Back to McGrady. Kemp with a screen for McGrady. 6 to shoot. Can't connect from 13 feet out. The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
And he anticipated the play, and Kobe finished it on the other end.
Here's McGrady. It's blocked by Shaq. They retain possession. Shoots over Kobe. No good on the fadeaway.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Now, here is McGrady to the middle. It's rebounded by O'Neal. 1:30 left in the first quarter. Down low. Fisher dishes to Fox. Off on the layup. The Magic trail by 6. Miller, the pass to Kemp. Back to Miller. To the paint. Here's McGrady, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And I like seeing McGrady rise up for the dunk. Has amazing leaping ability and good reach, too. He makes it look easy.
Fox kicks to Kobe. And it's sent back by Kemp.
Long arms and quick reflexes from Kemp allow him to get all over that shot there.
Both teams will make substitutions. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And that one drops. Bryant's got 6.
What a smooth stroke. You expect that good-looking shot to go in every time.
Up top, Armstrong. To the inside. Here's to Clark. Pass to Armstrong. Off target with his 3. Lakers leading by 6. Here's Shaw. That shot missing. Here's Hill. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The first free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Hill. Bryant from deep 3. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Lakers lead by 4. And back. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Here's Kobe. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. He's got 8.
A nice set there, making it easy for Bryant. He had that lined up all the way.
Hill inside. Bryant's there. And then Hunter with the jam.
Look, that's impressive. You definitely are going to see that on some highlight reel.
Lakers leading by 4. Pass to George. Here's Madsen. Drops in the layup for 2. Madsen's got his first basket.
Hey, it's a given. Madsen's going to be active in the lane.
Hunter with a screen on George. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Lets it go with a 3. And the basket by Shaw.
Oh, great find there for the open man.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Armstrong. Scoreless thus far. The 3. Here's to Clark. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Gets it in close and doesn't waste that high percentage shot.
Shaw passes to Fox. To the paint, here's Madsen. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Bryant's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Magic trail by 9. Floats one. It's blocked. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Shaw passes to Kobe.
2 minutes remaining.
And you look at the draft this year and the coming years, Clark, a lot more high schoolers are considering making the jump to the pros.
Yeah, you know, and that's always been interesting to me. For some, it's the right move, but for most, that's a significant jump that shouldn't be made. But there is another pathway with the NBA founding the Development League in 2001. And that could give some of these high schoolers who may not be ready for the NBA a chance to gain some additional experience.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And some changes here for the Lakers. Shaq's checked in for Madsen. Ori comes in for Walker. And Derek Fisher is subbed in for Shaw. Fox passes to Ori. Outside Bryant. 6 on the shot clock. Trying to get open as Shaq. Bryant bullies through.
Such body control from Bryant, able to take some hits there on the way up.
Armstrong against Fisher. There's a good screen. Pass to DeClerc. Here's Ori. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. McGrady outside. For the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. O'Neal's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Fisher. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, I look at Derek Fisher and I see steadiness and reliability. I mean, night in and night out, this guy produces for you on the floor, and he does everything with the good of the team in mind.
He hits the second from the line.
You know, you make your free throws, and I think it helps your rhythm, too.
The Magic trail by 12. Here's McGrady. Some solid defense from Kobe.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Shaq. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. O'Neal's got the lead up to 14 outs for Los Angeles. McGrady outside. Got it up. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back to the action in just a minute. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. A putback, and O'Neal is right there.
O'Neal throwing himself around and coming away with the bucket. He is an absolute wrecking ball, and a gigantic one on the glass.
Vaughn kicks to McGrady. Teardrop shot. O'Neal with the rebound. Shaq's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside, Fox. No good on the triple. The Magic trail by 14. And stolen by Bryant. Releases. That one's good from the corner. Bryant's got 12.
When he catches the hot hand, good luck trying to slow him down. Plays so under control, can spot up, drive, create for himself. A matchup nightmare.
Here's McGrady. Rebound the Lakers.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Kobe can't hit. Magic shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. McGrady. It's rebounded by O'Neal. Shaq's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Fisher outside. And Bryant wide open. He shoots. Good on the triple. Kobe's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Now, he's got that kind of range from outside. You have to chase Bryant off the line.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. The Magic trail by 19. Here's Vaughn. Nothing on the board. Miller at the elbow. The Magic again can't hit. Lakers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Here's O'Neal. And finished off by...